Good morning and thanks for waking up with us for Good Day Siouxland. I'm Jason Takhtadjian. Mallory has the morning off, and so far today we've seen some stormy conditions rolling through the area.
We have, Jason. We've already seen some hail of about a ½ inch and a 3/4 of an inch in diameter passing through the Siouxland area. But right now, thankfully, Sioux City has not seen any of that. We just saw some heavier rainfall. So we look out from the studio camera, you can see overcast skies with low-hanging clouds. As the camera's a little wet, we continue to see that conditions are now drying out here in Sioux City, at least, with temperatures across the area being reported down into the 50s only. 54 degrees here in Sioux City, 50 in Orange City, and Estherville, our Sol 40 earlier, now at 51 degrees. We'll continue to see slightly warmer temperatures through the morning hours thanks to overcast skies and stronger southern air flow, but we're not out of the woods just yet. There is still a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for some southern counties of the Siouxland area over by Thurston, Colfax counties closer towards Omaha. That will be in effect until 6, and we still got a chance to see a couple of storms still passing through. Jason?
Thank you, Victor. Springtime is here and some Siouxlanders may be thinking about getting boats in the water soon. And it's our top story this Friday morning. But it will be a while before boaters can use McCook Lake. President of the McCook Lake Association, Dirk Lowry, says the lake is at its lowest level in more than 20 years. That's partially due to drought conditions, but also because of a pump failure at the end of March.
We had it flowing at such a level that it ended up eroding away our disperser box. That fell over and that broke a 24-inch pipe that was feeding it. And that blew the water out behind it, which ate out the whole shoreline. And so we had a disaster on our hands.
Despite the delay, Lowry says he still expects the lake to be boat ready by Memorial Day weekend. Over at the Iowa State House, a proposal from Governor Kim Reynolds appears to have stalled the process of passing the budget. Reynolds, who's pushing the private school vouchers, says this can help 10,000 students across the state afford private school by using tax dollars to pay part of the bills. Senate Republicans already passed her plan this year, while the House hasn't budged on the issue. Senate and House leaderships are trying to figure out if the two sides can compromise, which might include introducing the school vouchers on a much smaller scale.
It isn't about those members being opposed to more choice in education. It's just in rural Iowa, a lot of the foundation that's really left of their community maybe is the local school district. And so I think some of them have just been a little bit more guarded in their approach to this because of that being one of those last pieces of the community that rural Iowa still has within their district. So they've been a little more cautious in their approach, I think.
The budget is the last thing the lawmakers need to complete to end the 2022 legislative session. The governors of Iowa, Nebraska, and South Dakota are in a border strike force that aims to curb criminal activities tied to the U.S.-Mexico border. 26 state governors have agreed to share information about criminal investigations related to immigrants. The agreement is being called the American Governors Border Strike Force. According to Governor Kim Reynolds, no additional funding or law enforcement personnel are needed to join the strike force. The governor said the agreement is a result of, quote, President Biden's disastrous border policies. Volunteers and archaeologists began searching for Siouxland history yesterday. The Milwaukee Railroad shops employed hundreds of Siouxlanders from 1916 to 1918, but how these workers lived and worked is still widely unknown. A team of archaeologists and volunteers surveyed a field just west of the railroad shops to find signs of man-made artifacts. Colleen Chismans is one of the volunteers, and she says she was thrilled to be part of uncovering Siouxland history.
As a longtime Iowa resident, I think it's really exciting to learn about the history of how Iowa got it started, the start of the railroad, and that's just really cool. We can get to see how it was built.
The Sioux City Railroad Museum's dig will continue through April 26th. Visitors are welcome to watch the dig and talk with the archaeologists and volunteers about the project. You might have noticed the flow code popping up in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, and that's your opportunity to download the free KCAU 9 News and Weather app. Just scan it with your phone camera and follow KCAU 9 News 24/7. You can also find it in your phone's app store. Now, a street artist from North Dakota made a stop in Siouxland to create a chalk mural. The reason behind the mural, that's still ahead. Plus, here's a live look from our downtown Sioux City cam. Victor will have your 9 on 9 forecast when we return. But first, here's a look back in Today in History. On this day in 1970, Earth Day, an event to increase public awareness of the world's environmental problems, is created in the United States for the first time.